Oh my God, what the hell have we just watched in Portugal? Manchester United drew 3-3 against FC Porto. We were down to 10 men, we grab an equaliser. Now on the face of it, that sounds really good. A draw away from home in Portugal against Porto, yeah, that's a good result. Except it wasn't. Manchester United in that first half went 2-0 up, threw away the lead, then went behind and had to scrape themselves back into the game. And put that all aside, even if we won that game somehow, the performance was absolutely abysmal. Porto looked like they could score every single time they went forward. We went 2-0 up, then decided to put everybody in the box, allow them to cross the ball in at will, creating a number of chances. In the second half, we were trying to go forward. Every time they countered-attacked, 1-2 passes, and they were in. The amount of times I saw our centre-backs running and facing their own goal was frightening. Was absolutely frightening. What shape were we playing? A donut shape with a big hole in the middle. Because that's how it felt. The way we're being set up every single week, it feels like now this season, isn't getting the best out of the players here. No one can tell me Lisandro Martinez aren't good enough. Mazraoui isn't good enough. Yet we're setting them up to fail every single time. Without legs in front of them, without a midfield in front of them. And it has to be the setup. It has to be the setup. And then the first half, Marcus Rashford, who was absolutely fantastic by the way, looked like his usual self, running at defenders, confident, full of it, scored a goal, made a goal. He looked like the Marcus Rashford that we want to see. He looked like the Marcus Rashford we know and love. Guess what happens? We take him off at half time. The explanation for that? We've got to make some rotation. We've got a big game on Sunday against Aston Villa. How about the game that we're playing right now? How about the game where we've just thrown away a 2-goal lead? How about the game where Marcus Rashford was our best player, getting a goal and an assist? Now some people could say he didn't defend too well for one of their goals, maybe both of them, but for definitely one of them. Okay, I hear it. But he's a left-sided forward. And you can kind of accept it if he just switches off a little bit, considering the fact he got a goal and an assist. It just nullified our attack. It didn't make sense. And the Porto right back, look, Garnacho's a good player, but he's very, very different to Marcus Rashford. He must have been buzzing when Marcus Rashford went off the pitch, because he was giving them such a bad time. And it looked like he could have got another goal or two. It was the worst substitution I've ever seen. I can't explain it. I really can't. I don't get it. What the hell happened there? That's up there with Nick Powell coming on for Juan Mata at Wolfsburg. What was that substitution? Now, did the manager have a go at Rashford for maybe not defending? Rashford's told him to piss off and he's substituting him. That feels more likely than it being a tactical decision. And maybe the manager is covering for something. But even still, that substitution was shocking, man. Absolutely shocking. And it just epitomises everything about Manchester United today. We've been to 10 European games. We've won 1. We've conceded 3 goals like 28 times in a couple of years. Plus, 3 goals plus. We've scored and been leading against Copenhagen, Galatasaray, 20 against Porto today. Thrown away points in every single one of those games. It's baffling. Now, there's been a few games this season, and I've said it a few times, where I thought our performance was better than the result. This isn't one of them. This isn't one of them. And since that Liverpool game, it's the wheels started to fall off a little bit. That Tottenham game, and then this today. With that catalogue of games, back to back to back, in a new season, at the start of the campaign, September and October, and you're playing like it's the end of a campaign and you've got nothing left to play for, alarm bells are ringing. Alarm bells are absolutely ringing. Now, I'm someone who's been behind Ten Hag. Last season, I thought we had a dreadful season, but I thought a big part of that was down to injuries. We had so many injuries, it was difficult to get through that campaign. We got an FA Cup, we were buzzing. You think, let's see how we can do with a better transfer window, with some players back from injury, with the board above him, with a little bit of structure. And it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. This is the end of the road, man. Sorry to be all boys to men on you, but this is the end of the road. Despite Harry Maguire getting that late goal, which give us a draw. This is the end of the road. And Harry Maguire was on the pitch because why? 2 more strange substitutions. We bring off our centre-backs and bring on 2 new centre-backs. Now, it could be because De Ligt and Lisandro Martinez were having bad games because they were so overworked. But guess what? That was down to the tactics. It's just shocking. I don't know what's going on. Teams can come to Manchester United and score at will. We're finding it difficult. I know we scored 3 today, but in general, we're finding it difficult to score. We've won 3, drawn 3, lost 3. The only teams that we've beaten so far this season, Fulham, Southampton and Barnsley. This is not good right now. And it feels like, in fact, I don't think Erik ten Hag makes it past the international break. I genuinely don't. I can't see us going to Villa and getting a result. And even if we did, can you see us putting in a performance to match? I don't think so. Now, I am the kind of manager that likes, this person that likes to see managers given time. I hate to see us end up in this whole cycle of just chopping and changing managers consistently. But I'm looking out there and I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck's going on? Because this team is a lot better on paper than we're seeing in performance. Yes, of course, we need a left back. Yes, of course, maybe our goal scorer is a bit young and, they've still got to cut their teeth a little bit. But this team should be playing a lot better. This team should have a style of play. This team should be able to have a system in attack. It feels so many times we get into positions and we don't know what's next. We don't know where we're going. I said that we recorded the overlap 2 weeks ago and I had 2 hot takes. One of them was Ten Hag's here next season, and the other one was Ruud van Nistelrooy might be manager by Christmas. In fact, it might come earlier than Christmas. And then where are you going? I don't think it should be a case of if there's no option available, you shouldn't sack a manager. A manager should be judged on his own merit. But right now, Erik ten Hag is sleepwalking towards a sacking. I like him. I want him to do well. But brother, you got to help yourself. And you're not. You're not. That performance was abysmal. We deserved to lose that game. Yes, we had a good 15, 20 minutes. So what? Where's a good 90 minutes? And you looked at the manager on the sidelines and I felt sorry for him. The moment you start to feel sorry for someone, I think it's time up. It's time up. What? Where do we go? I'd love to see him turn it around. We go beat Villa, come back after the international break, go on a run. But can you see it happening? It just feels like we're heading towards a change of manager again. And that whole cycle restarting. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. What a dreadful day. What a dreadful season it's been so far. And I just can't see it getting any better. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a draw today, a late draw with 10 men in Portugal that somehow feels like a defeat. And there's big reasons why, because that performance was just not good enough. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you in a bit.